Welcome to Where to Ski. I'm John Morgan. Today we're headed to Switzerland's Alps. Grab your skis. Let's check out Andermatt. Andermatt is in the center of Switzerland, about 100 kilometers south of Zurich, almost at the entrance to the Gotthard Tunnel. It's actually right over the tunnel. Easy to get there. Driving is an hour from Lucerne, hour and a half from Zurich, or about 2 hours or more from Milan, right through that tunnel. By train, it's 2 hours from Zurich. This place was neglected for many years as a resort until it became a viable alternative to places like St. Moritz. Now it's a Veilcorp resort. It's also exempt from Switzerland's Lex Cola restrictions, which allow foreign nationals to purchase real estate. As a result, there's been some investment in the infrastructure over the past few years, and it's evolving from a quaint, quiet mountain time to a world-class resort. It also gets snow. Lots of it. Nice, dry powder. No place makes that kind of evolution without some good skiing. Andermatt has been known as a mecca for advanced skiers. The Gemsstock side is powder, heaven, and steep. There is also the Notchen side of the valley, which is sunnier and a bit easier, making it ideal for intermediate skiers. So Andermatt's really got it all. Add to that, ticket now includes skiing from the towns of Sedrun and Disentis, so you can now ski a huge region on one ticket. And it's mostly connected by lifts. Today's guest is Leonie Zopp. Leoni was the Swiss national junior champion a few years ago, but an injury sidelined her from racing, and she now dedicates herself to being a big mountain skier. She's turning peaks she once admired from afar into peaks she now climbs in the summer and skis in the winter. She is a blast. When she's not skiing, she's studying for a psychology degree in Bern. And after a quick break, we'll talk to Leoni and find out how this mountain skis. Gear up for untracked lines and deep days. Backcountry has your go-to ski and touring setup ready. From avalanche packs to fast skins, their gearhead experts tested all in the wild. Use code WHERETOSKI, all one word, at checkout for 15% off one full price item. Some exclusions apply. Let's make every run count. That's Backcountry at backcountry.com. Leoni, welcome to Where to Ski. I'm really excited to have you join us today.
Well, thank you so much for letting me be part of this. This is exciting.
Well, I'm excited because Andermatt is an underrated resort. People, especially in the U.S., haven't heard much about it. And it's really sort of exploded over the last few years. You must have seen a lot of change since you were a little girl growing up in that town.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm 24 years old, so it pretty much started to change when I was a baby. But when my parents tell stories about how it was back in the days to now, it's a complete new town, I would say. And there's more changes each year. So yeah, from being a sleepy town where there's not much going on to now like a pretty cool destination where a lot of people travel from all around the world. It's pretty exciting to see in which direction this place goes.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, only time I'd heard about Andermatt before was because Bernard Russi is from Andermatt, right?
Exactly.
And, you know, that sort of popped into my head a few times. I know there's some good skiing there, but I just never thought about it. Now, with the addition of Andermatt to the EPIC program, it sounds like it's been all really positive. You've got, you know, the tickets combined with Sedrun and Disentis into a sort of a unified ski region. Has that made a lot of difference?
Well, you can for sure tell that there's a way more Americans and also people from Australia that travel to Andermatt. Before it was more like Swiss tourists who would come here. So like that, those were probably the biggest changes. And for us locals, I think it's cool because Americans are pretty stoked about being here and they love it. So it's always nice when you get positive feedback about your home. That's what makes it really special for me. And I mean, we would have the chance to now go and ski other cool resorts that are like in the Epic Pass, but when you live in Andermatt, you kind of don't want to leave this place because it's so good. So
What's it like when you get to Andermatt? It's got a really good train connection. It's easy to get to by car. When you get into town, is it still really an authentic Swiss village? Small?
Yeah, I would say so. There's like 1,500 people that live here. And when you, for example, go to the grocery store, it always takes longer than what it would need to because you know all the people. So you have to talk to everyone. So yeah, it's always like everything just takes longer because you want to talk to your friends. And I think that's what makes it so special for me. And it's also when you go skiing, you don't have to meet with your friends. You just go on the mountain and then you see them because it's like where I ski on Gemsstock, it's tiny, so it's pretty straightforward. And yeah, the town there's so many old houses and it's cute. It's very cute.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, Andermatt's sort of in the dark a little bit, and it's down in the valley, so you don't get a lot of sun during the winter, right?
Well, I would since we are not in or yeah, we are facing towards the west a bit. That's why we do get sun. I mean, one side of the resort doesn't get a lot of sun in the beginning of the season. So Gemsstock, where I ski, is pretty much the whole January or like December, January until mid-February in the shade. So when you want to go and enjoy the sun, you have to go and ski on the other side. And in the town, we have like, I don't know, maybe 7 hours of sun.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say it's not too bad actually.
Okay. So let's talk about skiing Gemsstock. It's got a reputation for just having tons of snow and some really good steep stuff up there. So,
Yeah. Some call it like the Black Diamond. I don't know if I would call it like that, but it's a small resort. There's just one gondola from town to the middle station, and then there's another one from middle station to the top, one chairlift, and a really steep T-bar that is actually pretty hard for most skiers. And that's it. So it's actually not huge, like skiing wise, but the slopes are so steep. And I have to say, our groomer team here in Andermatt is insane. So you just have every day, you just have perfect slopes. And yeah, as I said before, it's in the beginning of the season, it's a lot in the shade. So we always say that this is more like the local mountain or the mountain for people that want to ski. And the other side is more sunny. It has wide slopes. It's easy to ski. Yeah, so Gemsstock is more the extreme one. And as you said, a lot of good snow because of the shade. And yeah, it's just how it's like built in the mountains, like getting snow from west and south. It's just was really good since the last couple of years.
yeah, Andermatt's sort of a cool location because it just gets sucked from any direction. When it snows in Andermatt.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, we don't get too much snow if it comes from the north. Then other places like Engelberg do get more, but we always get a little bit. So I would say that from all directions, we somehow get at least a tiny bit, and that just adds up. So yeah, it's a good location on the map for sure.
So tell me about your skiing today. You took some runs up on Gemsstock today. Where were you on Gemsstock?
Yes. Okay. So now this season is not so far. It's not been great, and Gemsstock is just pure rocks in the summer. So we need a lot of snow to have a good base. And at some places the rocks are kind of round, and Andermatt is just sharks. They're so yeah. You don't want to hit a rock. Let's say like that. So we still have to take it easy, but it's super cool. They now opened up secured but not groomed slope. So this one is pretty fun, and it's also cool for people that are not so much into backcountry and freeride skiing. They can still go there because it's like in the States. Because in Europe it's different. It's if you ski off piste, you usually have to bring your backpack and shovel, beacon, and everything. But if it's a yellow pole slope, everyone can go and it's safe. So yeah, I skied this run today, really fun. And
Was it
cool.
groomed? Do they groom it at all, or is it just straight
No, so
pattern?
this is always unprepared, but it's
Okay.
just they bombed it. So So yeah, but the snow is pretty hard underneath the powder, so it looks really good, but it's kind of hard to ski. It's bumpy, but it's fun, and I always say skiing the bad snow makes you a better skier because skiing powder is easy. Everyone looks good in powder.
Everyone looks good in powder, and
Yeah, exactly, right?
everyone looks good on that hero snow that's just perfectly groomed too.
Yeah, 100%. So I always say it's the best training to ski in like tricky conditions.
Okay, so if it really, really dumps and you get a good base, what's your favorite run on Gemsstock? The favorite route?
Hmm, hard to say. I think what is special on Gemsstock is that 1/3 of the mountain is ski resort, but you can ski all around it. So it's pretty much like 360 degrees skiing opportunities,
Really?
which is actually pretty cool. And you always end up in town again. So there's either a valley or a pass road that brings you back to town. So I think it's hard to say because it really depends on from which direction snow and wind comes. Yeah, and also I always say that I never tell my favorite run because it's kind of like a secret.
No, no, yeah, we don't want you to spill your secret spots. That's no good.
Yeah, but let's say there is a lot of good runs and there is runs for everyone. So there's super steep stuff, but there's also more scenic runs. That I do with my mom, for example, and she gets out of her comfort zone too and has fun. So yeah, there's people just have to come and see it and explore it by themselves, I guess.
So is your mom as good a skier as you are?
Yeah, she's good. She's decent. I mean, she's getting older now. But no, she's great. She's awesome. My whole family are skiers. I think when you grow up in a town like Andermatt, there is not so much you can do in winter, so you better love skiing.
You better ski and you better like it.
Yeah,
Either that or you leave.
yeah.
So what about going over to Sedrun? What's that like? That's the other side of the hill, and that's the easier part.
Yeah, well, it's more the sunny part. That's how I would call it. But it's also the part where a lot of new lifts were built. They connected it in the last years. So it's pretty wide slopes. Usually, or most of them are flat or flat-ish. But it's same there. It's like so pretty. There's the lake on Oberalp Pass. And yeah, it's just this when you can ski and still enjoy the view because it's not too hard, the skiing. That's like the vibe you get on the other side.
And
So
that's where they do all the grooming and
exactly. So that's where I would say most tourists go there because there's also more restaurants. There's so much more sun. So yeah, people don't really love enjoying or like don't really love skiing in the shade and in the cold when it's windy. So nature and towards Sedrun is like the way to do it
okay.
if you go for everything else but the skiing.
Now, if you know this mountain obviously like the back of your hand,
Mhm.
but if it was your first time there, would you take a guide to go ski Gemsstock?
Yeah, for sure. Especially since yeah, probably most people from the States listen to this podcast. As I already said, we have different rules in Europe. So there's no inbound or outbound, it's all outbound. And I think that makes it tricky when you're not used to it. And we have really good mountain guides here that, yeah, spent their whole life in Andermatt. So they for sure will show you the secret sweet spots that I won't tell in the podcast.
Okay. But yeah, guide helps too because if it's that steep, there's probably some place you want to avoid if it's been snowing, avalanche issues, and
Yeah.
there's no glacier up there, is there?
The top part is glacier, but there's no crevasses.
No,
So that
that's
actually
right.
makes Andermatt special too, because they cover the glacier in the summer with a special, it's not a foam, but it's just like with special blankets so that the glacier will stay on top. So it's actually a huge mission for the people that work up there. I helped last year and they are so heavy and it's super steep and shitty to walk on the glacier, and in the fall when they take it away again, then it's everything is iced up and it's so freezing cold up there. So yeah, we have a tiny bit of glacier, but not too much.
I didn't know that Andermatt was one of the ones that preserved their glaciers with those big
Mhm.
blankets. That's got to be, you're right, that's got to be a real tough thing to be able to pull up and cover it with.
Totally, but it's actually it helped so much because the top station is the rock is not super stable. We have so Gemsstock is granite, and yeah, it's falling a bit apart, which is kind of sad. So the glacier really helped that it sticks together better. And also the first part of the slope is on the glacier. And without covering, the glacier would for sure be gone. And it would need so much snow on top so they could groom it. So it's actually pretty important for us to do it.
It's it gives it a good head start too. When it starts to
Hmm.
snow, I mean, then there's already a base,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
that's
Totally.
cool. Where
Mhm.
did you, when you were racing, where did you train?
Mostly in Andermatt on Gemsstock.
Yeah.
They have a race slope, so usually the ski club has like priority to train here. But we now even have like national races, so it's like mini version of Swiss champs for the kids. So it's pretty good. And we had fist races back in the days in Andermatt. So yeah, there is actually some really good training slopes. And yeah, the free skiing makes you a better skier here too. So yeah.
Now you can also get to the pass that you get for Andermatt and Sedrun is now and includes Disentis. Do you ever go down there?
I I'm ashamed to say I just ski once, it isn't this. But I don't know. As I said before, it's just when I can go up on Gemsstock, I don't need much more. And yeah, Sedrun and Disentis are pretty nice too. They have some cool slopes for sure. But this is more something that I do if there's, I don't know, friends traveling to Andermatt that are not from this area and just show them around. But yeah, I'm definitely the wrong person to ask about cool runs and this and this.
No, that's okay. But how hard is it to get down there? Is it all interconnected now by lifts, or do you have to take a train still?
So you can ski all the way to Leoni, which is close by Sedrun, and that's it probably takes you half a day to get there. So there's quite a lot of slopes. And then you have to take the train for like 10 minutes from Dieni to Sedrun. And from there you can go up on the mountain and ski all the way to Disentis.
Ah, okay.
So it's not possible to connect it fully. There's just one part in between that is yeah, where you have to take the train. But Swiss trains are amazing too. So
Oh,
it's kind of
Swiss trains are awesome. I
yeah.
are there any like classic routes? Some of the Austrian and some Swiss resorts have like a route, the high route. The French ones too have like
Mhm.
a high route that's like a big circle around something that's pretty well known. Um,
Since we are not, it's not possible to do like a circle. It's more like from A to B.
yeah.
So there's no real like slope wise that you can do. But most people they just want to ski from Andermatt all the way to Disentis and back, just to get to see the whole resort. But yeah, you have to take the same slopes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, where's the best view in town? Which hill has the best views? That's a beautiful valley up there from everything I've seen.
Yeah, I would say so on Gemsstock they have like a sun terrace they call it. So up there you get sun, but not
Yeah.
at the main station. And I would say up there it's pretty stunning because you can see all the way to Ticino, so the Italian speaking part of Switzerland. You on a very good day you can see Matterhorn, you can see some other cool 4,000-meter peaks. You can see all the way to Disentis. You can see Engelberg. So it's pretty stunning up there. And
That's a
you get,
long way. Uh,
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, it's a long way, but it's just, if you look on map, it's just mountains that are in between. So you just see all the pretty mountains from other places. Yeah, so I would say top of Gemsstock is prettiest view for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Now, not everyone spends every day skiing.
Mhm.
Does Andermatt have other things going on in it that you can do? Like, is there a hockey team, or is there skating, or is there tobogganing, things like that?
There is other things you can do. We have an ice hockey field, like an outdoor one. The cross country skiing would be really good if we have snow in town. You can go sledding. It's pretty to go for walks. There's a lot of people that bring their dogs to the mountains because it's just, yeah, kind of nice to let them go and play in the snow. Um, then they now start planning to build a sports center, which is actually really important for us because up until now we didn't have so many opportunities for bad weather activities, actually almost none. And now, yeah, they want to change that because they realize that not everyone wants to ski every day, even though if it's bad or good weather. So yeah, this is something that our town realized and needs to change. But Sedrun is pretty easy to reach by train. It's like 1 hour or 50 minutes. And there they have a huge swimming pool. They have saunas. In Disentis, they have a small climbing hall. So that would for sure be an option if you want to do something not skiing and are willing to take the train.
Yeah, and that train ride's not a big deal. That's awesome. That sounds
Yeah.
like fun. Now, you were talking about the mountain being basically shut down when it really dumps and the
Mhm.
visibility is bad. Where do you ski?
Well, same here. Bad visibility makes you a better skier. So I just go.
Oh,
And then
you're tough. You're tough as nails.
well, it's just I don't know, I love it. And I think this is part of the game. And yeah, it's an outdoor sport. But I would say it for sure helps if you know the slopes and like all the little bumps. So yeah, this is I mean, this is up to everyone else, but I think it's totally skiable when it's bad. It's just mindset.
You just have to ski from post to post.
Exactly. Exactly. That's how you do it.
Yeah, is it all uh, how much of it is above tree line?
Pretty much everything. So that's actually a bit of a downside. So Andermatt is on 1400, and in Switzerland, tree line is around 1800, but Andermatt back in the day, so I don't know, 200, 400 years ago, they the valley was full of trees, and then they took down all the wood for yeah, firing and everything. So they now try to bring back the forest in town, but it takes forever. And that makes it tricky for bad visibility for sure.
Yeah, I found another place is if the visibility is bad, skiing in the trees gives you a little bit of depth perception.
Yeah, yeah. We don't have that. But also what is cool about Andermatt is that we're so close to the Italian speaking part of Switzerland, and there it's usually always nice. So you can also take the car or train like an hour south, and then you have, I don't know, 15 to 20 degrees. It's a perfect climbing place in the winter. So, or
Really?
road cycling or whatever, because that's what some people do as well. They kind of like to have like full on winter and the next day more like a springish vibe. So yeah, I mean, there is options. You just gotta get creative.
Oh, that actually sounds pretty cool. I never even thought about that.
Hmm.
So that sounds like you do a fair amount of road cycling when you're not skiing.
Yeah, in the summer, the things you can do here is biking, road cycling, and climbing. So I try to do what it is, yeah, around here. It just makes my life easier. So yeah, climbing is actually my go-to summer sport, and it's probably as good as skiing here in Andermatt, and not many people know about it, but it's so famous. We have a lot of world-class climbers that come here to train, and road cycling is pretty because we have so many passes. So it's nothing is flat here. You need to have strong legs, but it gets you ready for winter.
Yeah, Strava must love you when you go cycling. Oh my.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good summer activity for sure.
Okay, let's go back to the skiing a little bit. Or
Yeah.
are there good I'm assuming there's some great restaurants in town. What's your sort of go-to for lunch if you take some
Um,
runs in the morning and then go out with your buddies and have some late lunch or something like that?
so what we did in the beginning of the season, we usually ski Gemsstock in the morning and then we change sides so we can have lunch in the sun on Netchen. which is
Uh-huh.
actually pretty epic. I think that's the way to do it, because there is one restaurant that is part of the resort where they serve fresh pizza, and the pizza is actually so good. So I think that's like my favorite. So it's called Nečna Arena. This is really good. Then there is some fancy gourmet restaurants on top of the mountain, which I cannot afford, but some people love it. So yeah, we have that as well. And there's just along all the way to Dieni, there is so many huge restaurants where you can mostly self-service, and it's actually pretty fast and good food. So people from the States, they are pretty impressed when they see our food system in the resorts, and also it's totally fine. Yeah, it's not so expensive.
That's that for Switzerland. That's amazing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Switzerland can be expensive, but you just have to know where to go. That's why we ask you where the best places to go are.
Yeah. Well, I think it's since I wouldn't go for the like super fancy one on the top of Gütsch, but all the other places are fine. Like it's nothing fancy or anything. It's just good traditional Swiss food.
And it's
Um,
and the town itself is pretty quiet. It hasn't developed like some of the places in Austria where it's just crazed at night, right?
no, so we don't have much opera ski going on here. And I think that's why it's pretty chill, or like not compared to other places in Austria. And we have a lot of families that travel to Andermatt, so that also makes it like not the party town. So yeah, it's more like this cute Swiss town that has restaurant. It also has a bar and a club if you want to go, but it's not. Yeah, you don't go for the party to Andermatt, I would say.
That's okay. That's okay. You know, it's hard to party and ski.
Exactly, that's not the way to do it.
No, I personally, I get my skiing in, and then I'm pretty much cooked. I get some food and get,
Yeah,
get ready to go again the next day.
yeah, no, totally.
So you have a very inspirational story, Leoni. You were a top junior racer. You were the Swiss junior champion, if I remember correctly. And
Mhm.
you had a really horrific fall. And then you come back as a big mountain skier, and you're studying, I think it's psychology now.
Yeah, exactly.
How did these mountains keep you centered? Do they provide sort of a home base for you in terms of keeping your mind in the right place in the right spot?
Totally, for sure. I think it's nothing calls me down as much as like going up on top of Gemsstock and just spending time with my friends, exploring and yeah, drawing my own line. I think this is like my most peaceful state of I that I could ever imagine. So yeah, that makes it really special to have something like that, especially in a world where there's just so much going on and with pressure and everything. It's good to have like this safe space, and that's for sure skiing at home.
And do you explain this to people that you meet up about and talk to them about Andermatt and how special these mountains are to you?
Yeah, I think people realize pretty quick how much I love Andermatt because I talk the whole time about it and they get tired, which I don't care to be honest. But I have traveled to so many places, and yeah, nothing is like home, for sure not. And I think that also makes it special when you travel to other places, which is really cool and fun. But yeah, always being stoked to go home is so special, and I'm forever grateful for that because yeah, this is not. I don't want to take this for granted, for sure.
Well, when you can step out of your back door
Yeah,
and just start taking runs like on a place like Andermatt, that's pretty cool.
right. I mean, it's hard to complain, and we live a bit outside of town, so we can ski all the way to our house, which is so sick,
Oh, that's awesome.
right?
Can you ski to the lift from your house
No, well, so to get to the lift, we have to walk, but on the home run, we can like
on the
walk a
way back?
little off and then we get to the door.
You get to the door and off come the boots.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so the best day you've ever had skiing in Andermatt. Can you
Hmm.
picture it and what it was like and where you were?
Yeah, I think it was like two or actually, oof, hard question. There's so many good days. Okay,
Yeah.
I gotta choose between two. One was just special because I was skiing with my friends and it was one of those unexpected good powder days and we could just ski all the runs that we wanted to and there were no people because there wasn't much snow in the forecast, but yeah, sometimes it's just more than what you expect. So that was one of those days. And I think those are the ones that are really special for me because I don't like this powder stress when everyone is just freaking out. It's like, come on, guys, just relax, take it easy. There's enough for everyone. So yeah, that was one of those days that was really special. And it's just cool when you can ski with your favorite people that you look up to and learn from them and just share the day. It's so that was really cool. And then also 2 years ago when I did my first backflip, I was skiing with a friend and he knew that I want to do this trick one day. But as you mentioned before, with my concussion and post-concussion symptoms, I never felt like full send or like yeah, I just try not to crash because I yeah, shouldn't crash. So it's hard because you have goals or like things you want to do, but then you also have to take care of your body. But there was just this one day where he came up to me and he was like, I think you can do it today. Like today's the day. And I was like, okay, hell yeah. If you think I can do it, then I can do it. So yeah, I just went for it and stomped it. And oh my gosh, that was just so special. It's
So you landed
yeah,
it. You landed
yeah,
it
I landed
perfectly.
it.
Do you still do flips?
Yeah, actually, I was pretty surprised. I didn't land my second though, but I landed the first one, and I think that's what matters, right? And it was just so cool because it was, as I said, there another day with no expectation and just skiing with good friends that know you and push you when it feels good. So that's pretty cool. Mhm.
That that sounds like a lot of fun over there. Sounds like a lot of fun. What skis are you on these days?
I now work with or have a new ski sponsor. It's called SAC. It's a French company. They started like 20 years ago, and yeah, they were never really that big. And now they have a new CEO, new investors, and they are super stoked. And I'm actually pretty happy to work with them because it's cool when small company has so much energy. And same with my clothing sponsor, Stellar Equipment. I kind of like the small brands that are so passionate about the sport and the culture, and both of them are. So it's actually pretty cool to, yeah,
How
work with
how
small
how
brands.
wide are the skis you're on that?
So my favorites, or like usually when it's good, I ski at 112.
Yeah.
Um, and right now, because there's not too much snow, I ski on 104.
So
So
you
yeah.
ski pretty wide skis.
Yeah, is when you compare to how my skis were as a racer,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, that's a
completely
whole
put
different thing.
those aside. But I also feel that if I don't change too many times in the season, you just start to feel more and more comfortable on your skis. And I don't know, for me, those skis work pretty well on piste as well, so I can carve with them. So it's kind of fun.
That actually sounds pretty good. So for the wide ones for the powder days.
Yeah, so the wide one for powder days or when it's just like a full sand day, and 104 for like early season when it's sharky, but you still want to have fun. Yeah.
Do you ever get the powder days over there where it's just so deep you can barely breathe?
Oh yeah, for sure. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
yeah, we didn't had too many last year, but the years before, we actually had some pretty good days, and it's epic. But for me, I mean, of course, I dream of those days and those lines, but the best days for me are the ones with the right people when they were stoked. And then you can also manage to have fun on a not condition that is not work perfect day. I think that's what should skiing be all about because sometimes people are so stressed about it's not perfect conditions wise and we need those deep powder days, but it's like no, if you have your right people, just go out and have fun. It's like it's two pieces of wood you're skiing on. It's like come on, this is fun, life is awesome, right?
Life is awesome. And you know what? You only get so many of those really perfect days in a lifetime.
Yeah, totally. And it's kind of a shame if you're just waiting for those days and not enjoying what you have right now. So I always try to tell myself not to worry about it because the snow will come when it will. And on all the other days, it's great too.
Well, and it's all about learning. I don't
Yeah.
know, every day I ski, I still learn.
Oh,
I
100%.
run into something that's like, okay, I haven't skied something quite like this before. It's either terrain or it's snow or it's some combination of it all. And it's like, okay, now I got to think about how I'm going to handle this.
Yeah, no, totally. It's a great learning process. I agree.
So if you don't get to ski all that much anymore with being in school, so how often do you get to Andermatt these days?
Well, I go home every week for sure. And then during semester break, I'm just based in Andermatt, so then I don't go to Bern. And yeah, when it's really good, I actually take the train 2 times per week. So I go to Bern, for example, on a Sunday. When it's really good at home, I go back on a Monday and then ski in Andermatt Tuesday, go back to Bern on a Tuesday evening, and then back to Andermatt on Wednesday or Thursday. So with my studying, I don't have to be in classes too often, which is great for me. So I really try to spend as much time as possible on the mountain. But yeah, right now with exams coming up, I should focus for like 1 month before it's fun time again.
Well, yeah, you give up a few weeks, a few days of skiing to be able to get through the finals.
Exactly, exactly.
Well, Leonie, I want to thank you so much for taking time to talk to us about skiing and visiting Andermatt. Trying to track this lady down between the climbing and the skiing, it's not easy. You may see her flash down, but you sure won't keep up with her. If you like our podcasts, please share them and subscribe on our website, wheretoski.org. It's free. Stay connected to us and listen to perspectives on some of the world's best mountains from the legends that live there. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Leonie. And many thanks to our sponsors, Backcountry and Global Rescue. And finally, thanks to the Grits for the music. Leonie, it's been a ball.
Thank you so much, John.